following is a presentation of MRE Uno, Division 1. Hello everybody and welcome to Myth vs. Goldie. This is going to be a classic game for Myth and Goldie. They've never played each other, of course. Goldie coming up from D2, but at this rate, you ain't no D2 promoter. You're now in D1. You're etched your name here. That's T1 things are gone. This is T3. We start to build up the crescendo moment. We start to build in to what we need in a massive environment. But where have we been and where have we done? Well, we have been everywhere this fine Monday afternoon into the evening, now into tonight. We started it with Peter Ellison around 4:45 with the check-ins, and, well, it was a 4-1, but it was a back-and-forth 4-1. Big win for the Gangsta. He moves forward, and he'll move on to play Gold in the Sci-Fi 16. His Gold got the brooms and busted them on Clay. Unfortunately for Clay, a hard loss, but a lot to look forward to, and it says he still has time on his side. Myth Goldie here. Then G and Sanford, 9-3, an hour away. Should be a fun one to get that game wrapped up and ready to roll. And then Yepez Brad sure will take over for me for the After Dark stream at 10 o'clock. Looking forward to seeing those two play Legend on Legend Crime. Indeed. Now we'll go over to our bracket, and it's pretty simple. The winner of this game will get either Toaster or Lamas. Obviously, for Toaster Guy, he took care of business. Lamas had the big upset over Lara. Will we see a 4-on-4 showdown? Myth versus Cody? We'll see. Could be an interesting one. There's Toaster Guy get his name in the ring. Can Goldie pull the upset on Myth tonight? Maybe we get a Crikey versus Goldie. A lot of options here in this pod. It should be a fun one, indeed. Now we'll go over to the scene, and in the scene, well, unfortunately tonight it's just going to be me because we had some unfortunate things happen with Coach. Wish him the best. A little feeling under the weather. We do wish Coach the best. He's a legend and couldn't get out here tonight, but we do wish him the best as always. He should return hopefully by the end of the week, if not next week for sure. So with that being said, I'm going to go straight into the players. We'll start it off with Myth. Myth, or not Myth. We'll start off with Goldie. That's right. Goldie doesn't type. We'll go over to Goldie, or speak. Goldie, I'll go to you here. Obviously, great win against Drip. You had a really good, clean sweep, right? Really was able to execute plan A, B. You really never forced any issues. But now you're playing Myth, who plays very fast, doesn't really throw a power play much, really lightning, electric in the bottle type player. You've played him in other leagues, but this is a different environment. Flex card starts, a little power play act. What do you got to do to stop this man? They call the man, the myth, the legend, after a heater T2 he's had. Let me know in the chat. Myth, it's simple. I always ask two questions when you've had a little time off. The first question I have, buddy, is what did you learn off that bio? What have you seen? And number two, what do you got to do to execute coming back from Bi-Island? Because I hate to say it, it's kind of hit or miss. I mean, it really is hit or miss with Bi-Island. There's a lot of players that sometimes like it because they get to see round one, and sometimes they just don't like it because they don't have that rep. So how do you handle this, too? Your first ever game in the league as a 1 seed. Thoughts on handling that pressure as well? Go for it.
Yeah, there's a lot more expectations being a 1 seed and having the strong performance from last time. So it's like, oh crap, I'm on the hot seat. I gotta show what I got.
Yeah, you're not under the radar myth anymore as that 10, 15, 10, 15, 10. Well, yeah, I think you were 15 or 16 the first ever tournament, but that was different. That was a different era, so it'll be a 4 seed or something. I don't think pace of play affects just when I'm dealing with opponents. Maybe I'm missing an idea about what page and how fast I play. Yeah, I think it's more just an echo chamber thing. You know, when other players have played Myth in the past, they really have just talked about how fast he's played, and it puts them in a more echo chamber. They sometimes can get you really clean. And his wins have been notorious for more 30-second wins, right? A minute win. How do you try to bounce back when the cards don't go? A 33 record on a 78 speed. That's that's pretty good. So that's yeah. That's now, is that driving or is that just oh shoot, no. I don't think I get this one either. Is this a movie reference? If it's a movie reference, forgive me. Oh, record. I was gonna say record. What am I? Duh. Of course. Okay, now I understand. Yeah, record players. Of course I do know that. Yes. Can't beat the old record player. But I feel like that was a movie reference though. There was a movie reference to that. I could be. I'll have to look that up down the road. But thanks for reminding me. Anyway, Christian Tago's gonna be our rep tonight. He did a good job earlier today with the old Peter Ellison game, having a little fun. Should be a good one. Best of 7, 2-2, 1-1-1. That's the winning lottery numbers. And for that, for the first ever time in the history of Mitt's career, I'll go down for Myth. Your first ever game is a 1 seed. Your first ever call is a 1 seed. What's it going to be, my friend? Enjoy the moment. What do we got?
All right.
Classic?
I'm gonna enjoy the moment and do the classic 7.
The classic, baby. 7 OG. It's just the boss tonight. It should be a fun one, though. You guys should know how this works by now. It's the boss. We're going to have a good time. Let's start it up with the Aria 1, a classic New York player. There we go. Here comes Myth looking to go with that first turn. Off the whip. Yellow 1. Just like that. Snap of the finger. He's switching. Goldie runs with it into the Acosta 9. There's Rogers. We wish him the best into the Rogers yellow 4. Keeping it cool. Goldie draws. Here comes Myth. Looking for 4. What does he got? He'll draw here. Draw City early. We'll find out. Top deck's now coming to play. Goldie, nothing on the back end. Myth, nothing on the back end. Goldie with the early switch into blue. Does this give Myth a jailbreak? It's a Nom 4. One up this time to JT. Goldie goes into red. A little bit more aggression with the switches. That opens up Pandora's a little bit. Still waiting on that green officially out on the bot. Hockey into Allen. Double play. Myth draws Goldie back with 2 extra cards. Goldie into blue. Into the blue 9. Goes back with a little fade. Here comes Myth. Does Myth have number efficiency? No. He can run the blue for some extra in the tank. Goldie looking to fire right back. Here we go. Goldie loading up. Taking her time. Stop think. Keeps it blue. +4 in the lane from Christian Tago off the top. Myth plays it cool into Andy off the blue 3. Double up into M into the blue 6. Goldie's doing a little pre-type, trying to get Myth off the game. Back to Andy, says Myth. Goldie down, but not out. After that +4, keeping it blue. Does she have another connector and maybe a green? Takes her time, thinking this one through. Goes back to the Myth. It goes back to the self-ditto into the M card. Does Myth have a switch over? Back and forth we go now. Myth looking for something on the blue, or does he go for an aggressive switch? He's typing this one out. Is it an eye for an eye with a +4? It'll be an Ashley red wild, a little bit of a heater. Did Goldie save some of that red for a potential check? It is a finish. That's 1-0 just like that. Ho, ho, ho. I have to go to Myth there. Myth, you really had everything you wanted there on that. Oh, wait a minute. Is he? Oh, I'm undeafened. That's all right. Yeah, I'll go to Myth here. Myth, I was going to ask, man, when you did that Red Wild, did you have a finish first up, ready to bank, or it just came down to the case where he's got beat to the punch and you just weren't able to get the number efficiency cooking?
Yeah, I was like hoping to run on the numbers because I didn't have any action cards. And also, I have a question for Goldie. When I played that +2, did he get that +4 from that?
You get a plus four, you get a plus two from a +4 from that +2. Yeah, okay. So did you have one saved off the initial 7? Okay, yeah, that's really yeah. I really don't got much to say. Then it really was a case of you were just trying to fade the blue, keep the one color, and we've seen this movie before. No green the entire game. If we don't count the bot, there's not a single green played. 3 color. I mean, yeah, no green, right? To confirm, no green for you, buddy, or did you have it
I had a
saved?
green.
Okay,
I had one at the start, and I had another one when I drew.
just never had a chance to play it. I got you. Well, joining me in the booth is my brother William Brock. William, thank you for coming in here as a super sub. You missed the first game, so we'll get you in game 2. But you didn't miss much. It was a 2-minute game, so let's keep it rolling.
Oh,
Myth,
I thought the game wasn't until 9.
nah, well, no, buddy. You know what? You were supposed to super sub. I think that's going to be another day. Actually, I might need you for another day, but I'll let you hear. It's been a weird day because Austin couldn't make it, and I tried to scramble for somebody at the end. That's a hundo on me. 9 o'clock. Let me just see. I'll have to look at that in the break. I think that. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look at it. Maybe not. But regardless, you can stay with me here, buddy. Appreciate you a lot. All right. Let's go over to Myth. Myth, game number 2. It's a free board. Same drill as always, my friend. What do we got?
All right, I think I'm gonna go for 10.
Go. All right, 10 cards, going up a little bit. So now it's Myth going with 10, and we started off with the winner chicken dinner earlier today with Gold. Brock, your thoughts on these on the fades, because these guys play quick as we go to the yellow 6, especially Myth, who likes it quick. Thoughts on how the fades could come into play here tonight?
I guess it just depends on how quick you use it. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's your card, Brock. There it is. Into the Sting 5. Now here comes Goldie looking for some more action. So far, has been really able to control the runs and just spit to the finish. Myth got to stop it here early. Let's see. He's known for this here. A little draw action from Goldie. Here comes Myth. Yellow 5 now. And it's going to be another Sting 5 ditto. Goldie draws. Here comes Myth looking for the switch. He gets the switch into the red, and there's the fade, Brock, right there. Myth trying to beeline this to the finish, but he plays it cool on numbers. Here comes Goldie. Goldie looking for an answer. Back into blue, undercuts it. Is that what Myth needs on the back end, though? We'll see. It's an undercut strand and a half. He gets a +2. That's still maybe good if Myth does not have much blue. Goldie trying this light switching in a yellow. Let's see. It works, though. Myth had flipped over that. Now 0 sugar. And it's working. Myth kind of ran the aggression card. He still has the PA and a lot of possessions now in his favor. Here comes Goldie with a triple. Maybe a quad. Looking to tie the game and take the lead right here. This is the old classic, too. Massive quintuple, and it's got the lead. Myth now, hard work to do all over again. It's 3-6 scoreboard flipper. Only one up. Here comes Goldie. Nothing, though, so just juiced everything on the ammo. Myth going to be content to draw back. Goldie's still drawing back. Here comes Myth looking for some more on this topper. He's been known for it. He's got the topper into the green wild. Goldie can run. Here comes Myth. The man, the myth, the maniac, we may have to call him at this rate. Game's under 5 minutes. That's what he does. Triple play. Caesar, Goldie. There's yourself. And Radden to get down a deuce. A switch to red. Is this exactly what Goldie needs on number of fish? Myth can't answer. Here comes Goldie back in the red. 2 freshies. Plays the blue, hoping there's nothing in the back end. Myth looking for the lead. Nothing he can do. Goldie momentum. It's 2-color strat. Bot can barely handle it. Here comes Myth again, trying to go off the 1. Into the gangster. Back to green. Here we go. The chess match begins. Here comes Goldie. Plays it cool. Gets the fade. Does Myth have something locked and loaded in the green? No, but he half offs it. 2-on-2. Here comes Goldie looking for the finish. Does Myth have anything? No. Gets the check for Goldie. Myth looking for the finish to steal one. No. Here comes Goldie for the win. No, we draw it back. Draw City. It comes down to toppers. Bro, that's how we commentate, baby. That's just got to roll with it when they play this quick, buddy. I'm telling you. Thank you for coming out. But your thoughts so far in this quick pace, man, what have you been seeing? Because they have been flowing and firing away.
I mean, it just looked like they're trying to get to 2-0 first, as quick as possible. But sometimes I could leave them at a disadvantage because they may run out of good cards before they can even get to 2-0.
Well, there's the break right there for Myth. He'll go into the yellow, Goldie's out, and now Myth can run the yellow as he wants. And he will. Does Goldie have a potential switch back? Into blue. Myth was iced down the blue, but remember, Draw City had just occurred. So he may have got some refreshers. Into red. Interesting. Pull the 8 balls right there. Trip 8 balls. Retro. Background. Goldie +2 save. What has Myth got in the red to counter? Back to yellow where we were iced out. How ironic. Yep, just the ice out play, and that's classic Myth. That's a great play. And that's the evolution, man, of these guys. Brock, we talk about this. Myth is, as he goes for the ice out, as Goldie goes for a topper. You ain't trying to win the game. Maybe they heard your advice. Forget the win. Play the ISO, play the draw out game, and see where it leads you to. As Myth will go back to red now, trying to play this 2-color. You wonder if there's anything in the back pocket, too, for either player. You always got to wonder that. And there's the back pocket blue. Just like that, the game has changed. Trips 9. Make that quads 9. How about that? And nothing off the quads 9. Myth can run the blue if he wants. Goldie's drew. And now, Myth in control. Back and forth we go, Brock. Both have been playing color number efficiency to the core. Myth looking to get back to 2 here. And he will. Down to 2. Here comes Goldie. Anything on the back end has to probably use it now. Let's see. In the red. Does Myth have number efficiency or is another ice out and a clean play? Myth looking for something right here. It's not a clean play. It is number efficiency for Myth. And he gets the green. Trip 7 all over the board. We're going with the numbers and the colors. Who knows what that last card will be. Goldie's got to rethink this one. Stop, think. You know what I'm saying? Think, stop. Left, right. Right, left. Let's see what she's got in the back pocket. Only a plus. They're only going to go for the reverse skip meta. Draws it out. Does Myth have it for the win on a blue? No. Great ISO play. It comes down to toppers now. What does Myth get on a topper? Nothing. So that means we'll keep it going on this Draw City for now. Still risky with the reverse, though. Here comes Myth. Ooh, he's going to go aggressive, Brock. Keep it at 3, but no yellow. Unbelievable.
Yeah, it was a pretty good strategy on Goldie's part to
Ooh, in the blue, which was ironically the ice out color. Let's see what Myth's going to have here. Goldie doing a good job really getting Myth off his game tonight in terms of just playing a little bit more into some of these draws. +4, though, for Myth. Saved it, and it keeps the game alive. Does Goldie have a backdoor 2 to get a blue, though? No, green instead. Myth's nothing still. Incredibly hot pace here to run. Is one of our hottest players in terms of pace, and Ghost is here, the fastest. Green 5 now. Goldie looking to erase some of that +4, but Myth still with the possessions. Erases it with a double, triple play. A Caesar +2's got the lead. Scoreboard flipper and a half. Back and forth we go. Myth's still nothing. He's juiced. Into the G6 Vapor. Goldie in the blue. Does this give Myth a chance? Myth now with a chance here. He will play the blue. He's a little bit free. Goldie is 0 sugar. Here comes Myth. Myth looking to load up here on this blue. We'll go to red. Ho-ho! Rare switch. Goldie can run. What will Myth have in the red? Because there's nothing really to say other than a +2 that was lurking. A yellow +2 could lurk as he goes in the yellow. Myth aggressive. Gets the Uno check from Goldie. What will Myth have here to keep the game alive? Let's see. +2. There it is. I was just going to call it. There it is. The +2 keeps it alive. May have saved the game, too, for Myth. Big play. Goldie's still at 2, though. Myth looking to tie the game up here, or does he take the lead on a double? Brock, your thoughts on this insane game? These guys have been putting on a show. +4 for Myth, and he saves the game.
Yeah, good strategy on
That's
this
it.
part, but will it?
It works, yeah, and it was the number efficiency, the double blue, too, and Myth, a little bit uncharacteristic with the win, a little longer than he wanted, maybe, but he gets it done in 8 minutes, 21 seconds. Myth, not your usual Myth Uno, right? You had to really work for that one, grind it out. I've got to ask 2 questions. One, are you comfortable with the pace being a little bit more longer in the sense that maybe the plays are quick, but the game length's a little longer? And talk to me about how you read that out with the wild +4. Double wild +4 to end it right there after Goldie played the blue wild. Talk to me about that little save control and how Draw City, or maybe a little save off the top of basically playing in your favor at the end. Go for it.
All right, so the slower pace, that's definitely something I haven't been used to. Like last tournament, like all the players I faced against were faster players.
Speed
It's
demons.
definitely a change of pace, but I gotta adapt to that environment. And when I played the first +4, I definitely could have played that one a bit better or like saved it. But then I took a risk at the end because I had the same card. So when I played the blue too, I was expecting Goldie to switch the color.
We'll see how this one goes because that was some real clean. Goldie, I think he did everything right in terms of just getting to the end, but ultimately a couple interesting things. Did you have 2 color at any point? Did you feel you were trying to fade some 2 color because you really ran into Draw Cities in the red, then you had Draw City in the yellow, then you had Draw City in the green. So you were trying to fade maybe blue to the end, or was it a case of because you just couldn't find the connectors, you had to almost rethink the camouflage of your colors and try to mask it a little bit more cleaner? Because Myth, unfortunately, just had a little bit more at the end on Draw Cities. It was just the connectors? Okay. So it just wasn't able to connect, wasn't able to get clean, wasn't able to just shoot the gap. I got you. One random number. I got you. And Brock, we talk about it sometimes, man. It's part of the game. When you have that connector, when it's on the money, it's on the money, right? And then when it's on the money, you got one extra card. It's just an outlier, a hanging low fruit. And I'm getting more confident. Yeah, I got you. Right, it's timing, right? It's timing and knowing when to make that break. It's not easy. Let's face it. When you make that break, it really has to be clean, cut, precision. And Brock, talk to me through the Draw City element. Then you go through those thoughts. Because it's not easy to make that break all the time. Talk me through it. When's the right time to make a Draw City break? Let me know, in your opinion.
Well, I mean, it usually depends. I guess it could really go either way. It's tempting to wanna go for the top deck, but at the same time, if you have a comfortable lead, it might be a good idea to maybe draw a few cards
Right.
to see if you maybe get some more power cards or to give you a bigger advantage.
We'll see. Myth and Goldie in this vanilla creamsicle battle on the scoreboard have tied up at 1, the 7-10 combo, respectively, on the wins from either player. Well, we're not banana splitting on a bowling alley, but right now we're going to have to split the difference here on the card start. Let's go to game 3. Goldie, your call. No OG7. Everything's free. What do we got? 11 up. Let's go 1 up this time. Myth's going to deafen. Here we go. Start it up. None other than the creator, one of the goats of the league. Start this up. Thank you to the creator. That's the legend right there. Good old Grim. Costa 9 to begin. Fellow New Yorker. Here comes Myth. He'll go into the blue 9. Down to 9. Keeping it clean. We'll have to watch that Draw City. That's one thing we're going to watch. When does Myth and Goldie be content, especially Goldie on the break? Humongous triple play, Brock, to start it off. That's going to send Myth packing back 15 cards now as Myth goes back to blue. Goldie with the ISO.
Yeah.
Yep, big play.
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, if Goldie has a big enough lead, and if he enters in the Draw City, then it might not be a bad idea to draw a few cards.
Yeah, well, it's going to be interesting because Goldie is definitely taking aggression right here to the next level. Another play. This could be a monster hand. Here comes Goldie looking for the finish to end it right here in a matter of seconds. Or is it check? Double play. Is this... No, he's going to leave it open. Gives Myth a chance. Interesting. No matter's a second win, so Myth with some extra life. Myth with some life. Let's see what he's got. Plays it clean. Red 6. Goldie looking for the switch. On the 6. Is there a switch on the 6 or a topper? Sometimes you just got to make the break. Nothing though here, so Myth can run the reds and stay content. He'll go back to the red 3. Ironically, that's exactly what he was maybe looking for earlier. And now I was just about to say, someone was looking for that 3 earlier, I had a feeling, because of the 9 efficiency multiples. And there's a double for Myth. But now Goldie back to blue, 3 cards away, but nothing again. Myth put Goldie in the corner on 2 color. How can he run it here? Blue 5, Goldie nothing. JT now. Into Peter. 1 possession lead for Goldie. It'll be 2 with the red wild little heater. Myth now looking for something in the back end. Oh my goodness, a massive heat check from Myth. A quad play, he's got the lead. Just like that, Goldie now has to do all the hard work after taking a big lead at the start. What will it be from Goldie right here? +4, +2, 6 cards back in her favor. What's the return? A plus. Interesting. Okay. Missed the letter. That's big though, because now a yellow could be hanging, so that's something to keep in mind. Myth's still up with 2 possessions, just a missed letter. Myth's going to draw, but there is going to be a yellow. You got to go back. You know, Brock, I got to say here, it's been eye for an eye on both parties. Both have been just really sending it as we get a topper there. And the ammo, it's been a fire fest, but the ammo's been going both ways. And sometimes when you get into this fire fest, man, it can really lend itself to just small mistakes. Talk to me how you got to recompartmentalize, especially in a situation like this.
Well, I guess the short answer would be to do the best you can with the cards that you have.
Yeah, that's right. And that is right, Brock. Just keep it clean, do what you got to do, and go from there as Goldie gets a green 7. There's Myth with the blue 7. Into the fade look, in the lane. There's Trip 7, pull the slot machines right there into Nightwalker. Red 7. Myth double play. We'll play it cool, though. Myth got the lead now. Back and forth. 2 possession lead for Myth. Goldie looking for the tie, potentially on a double over her own, but no, we'll single it out. Myth, does he want the switch? Let's see. Off the 7s. Nothing. Goldie looking for the switch. No. Keeps it cool in red. Myth drew. Does Myth get the switch on the 4? Nothing. Now Goldie, let's see. Into the yellow 4. Gets the switch. Myth with some life. New color, new opportunity. Double play. Myth down to 1 possession. Goldie fires right back. Yoshi reverse. Sting to Steven. Anything you can do, I'm going to one-up it as well. But Myth with the switch over to the Clint Green. What will it be from Goldie? Nothing. And now the momentum shifts back into Myth's favor. He'll go for the ice, so it works. Goldie with a topper. Back and forth we go. Nothing from Myth. Here comes Goldie. No switch. Topper City. We're in a draw city. Continuing to go back and forth. Still in a draw city. Who will break first? Who will blink first? Here comes Myth. Nothing. Goldie loading up that type pretty quick. Is there a break right here? +4 from Goldie. Looks for the triple. Is this a finish for the win? Is this a finish for the win? It is a finish for the win. Goldie's up 2-1. Myth tried to draw city, tried the ISO, but it was not enough. How much on that clock, by the way? I was going to say 5:30 something. Okay. Thank you. Big win there, Goldie. That was really just a case of the patience game coming into play. But I think what was really impressive about that game was just understanding. I think I could have won. Okay, walk me through it then on that one real quick before I ask anything more. I'm trying to pinpoint where you could have won that earlier. Say, should have played the +4 there. Oh, wow. Yeah, that is yeah, I mean, didn't want to risk it or leave it on an opener. Okay. I could see that. I could actually, you had the win right there, believe it or not. Yeah, you would have won if you power played. But maybe, yeah, that's the only thing I could think of. Maybe power play, but I need Brandon Vuno, right? Last 2 cards for this one were Yellow Reverse and a Wild. Yeah, it's interesting. Oh, I don't know if you would have won because I don't know if he had the +4. If anything, you might have just lost the Wild. So I think saving it might have actually helped. Opposite trigger unhappy. Well, there's trigger happy, so it's just more not just patience then. It's just being more patient, right? Just you know. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you. I got you. Yeah, just some more of just a patient game. I got you. We go to Myth here. Myth, you could have won the game with that power play, but we know it's not your brand of Uno. In a sense, do you feel that maybe a little bit lack of aggression right there, where you had been aggressive with the fire on fire, cost you? And talk to me about that draw city, man, that green ISO, because it was working. It just came down to the fact that ultimately Goldie had some back end, similar to how you won that game too, to finish it at the end on the draw city. Talk me through it.
Yes. So yeah, I was like, I had a +2, and I was like saving it because I didn't want a +2 and just like have other cards skimmed away, and I didn't want to go all the combo to the end and just like
Right.
have the progress like be backed up
I got you.
or
See.
giving her more ammo. But
Right.
in retrospect, I should have gone for it even without the power play.
Just go for it. See where the game leads you. I got you. No, sorry, the opposite. Trigger happy. Okay. Okay. Yeah, be cautious, Caroline. I don't even know. Okay, that's all good. Don't worry about it. No, safety first. Safety first. Safety first. All good. I understand now, right? And that's just natural. Well, that's really what it is, right, Brock? We talk about it. It's natural instinct. We talk about D1. A lot of these players are a little bit more experienced in the game, and when you sometimes don't have the finish, your opponent going to bite back, and everyone's a little bit more calculated and more clean with it. And sometimes when you're more calculated and clean, you sometimes can be left vulnerable, not using all your resources in the bank. So, really interesting and intriguing to say the least from both parties right there. I'm generally curious to see what will happen on both ends, but interesting one to say the least for sure. All right, well, we'll go to game 4, Goldie. It's your call again. This time, just no 7-11, so no big gulp or Slurpee. What do we got? We'll split it in 9, so we're going 9. Tago split that up right there. Let's do it, my friend. Ref C9's in, and we started off with Tago's favorite boy, Aladdin. Oh, man. Okay, there he is. We'll go into the green 1. Into Aria. Chomik now. And I gotta say, Brock, 9 cards, this can go in a quick. It can go in a flash. We're only 15 seconds in. When we get down 2 to 3 cards, you gotta expect red zone, red zone, red zone, finish at any moment. And here we go. We're starting to run it. Myth needs this to get back to a ties game. Talked about he's the first of 3 people tonight to, first of 3 1 seeds to enter the fray. Triple play. Enter the fray, triple play. Same day parlay. Let's see what Myth's got in the back end with a triple play from Lara to Myth himself. In the lane. Nothing from Goldie. We go to Ed. See what I did there. Up to M. 5 on 5. Is there a switch? Back to green. Does Myth cope with the green. Into Goldie's, a little bit of a heater off the green skip. Is this a try to be an ISO play? We'll find out. No ISO, says Myth. Let's go to yellow. A new progression. Is it Skittles? Is it a pop the rainbow moment? No. We'll stop that, but we'll keep it cool on the yellow. In the bow tie. Myth nothing. Goldie for check. No. So there it is. Once again, a little bit of a little read from both as there's a topper, but Myth gets the right read. Goldie with nothing on the yellows. Here comes Myth. Nothing from Goldie. Myth's going to find a yellow one now. We go back and forth. Here we go. Into Brock. There you are, Brock. We'll see what it'll be. Into red one now. The ghost one special for Myth. Myth makes the break. Red coming in. Goldie nothing. Here comes Myth now looking for a potential move on red to start getting the momentum right. Into the 6. Goes into the old combo. Into Allen. Sanford Allen combo. Here comes Myth. Looking for a potential fish. That's it! And there's the trips. We're tied just like that in less than 2.5 minutes. Bada bing, bada boom. We're right back in the game. Myth, a really, really calculated game. Classic Myth. Plan A, really, for the most part. Slight draw city. I think the big move right there, buddy, I got to say, was playing it cool on the blue because how did you read that game? Because if you switch it one turn to really maybe to a red, right, or you maybe say, you know what, don't play it cool, this game could be a different story. Talk to me about playing it ice cold after that triple play. Is that just a little bit more experience on the reads to get that win right there, knowing you had that +4?
Yeah, I had a +4, and I was like, I had the numbers to get rid of, and like some of the numbers had transitioners to get through. When I played that blue 6, I had 2 other options. When Goldie played that green 6, I was set. I kind of just rolled it down, had a slight draw city to get over to the red, and then afterwards I just ran through.
Ran through, I got you. Yeah, Goldie, I was going to say, you said it didn't matter. Was it a case of, do you feel the draw city with some of the early switches, that triple play was just try to get out the delta, right? Use that triple play, get ahead on the scoreboard. They were just trying to flush some ammo, considering you maybe didn't have anything in the back end. Was that the mindset? Get ahead on the scoreboard, flush the opponent with some ammo. Unfortunately, it just wasn't enough, knowing that he kind of used a little bit of that classic Myth style. Talk to me through that real quick before we go to Game 5. Brock, it's a best of 3 now, and you were in this situation with Nam. Talk to me about the pressure of these best of 3s, man, because it can go either way.
Yeah, yeah, it's like you said, it can go either way, and that's definitely what makes it difficult. Is you gotta try and go after that match point with everything that you have.
That's the beauty of it, man. That's the beauty of this league. It's the beauty of the game. Is sometimes you got to go after it and really attack it. And other kind of point, yeah. So you see, that's what I'm saying. Hindsight's 20/20, and sometimes you just don't know. You just don't know what's going to click, what's not going to click, and especially in that mid tier, right, upper mid, it really is a game of lottery and chance. And sometimes you get that chance connected, sometimes you don't. It's the beauty of the game, man. And from Goldie doesn't work out for Myth. Big series win there, because big win. He's got himself a series now as we go to the best of 3. All right, Myth, it's back to you, my friend. Just know 9-10. What are we going back with here? Game 5.
All right, I'm gonna go for 8.
All right, crazy 8s. Let's do it. Let's get crazy, Tago. Put it in. Big moment here. Crazy 8s. Can Myth get the 3-2, or does Goldie stop the momentum and try to win at home in Game 6? Just waiting for my man Tago to get in. While we wait for him to get back in, you look at this series, you look at the implications of this game as we go quickly over to the pod. The winner of this game will be against either Toaster or Lamas. For Myth, he knows Lamas very well, in a sense, and he knows Toaster very well. They've been around the game. Of course, T3 last year, where Myth had a little bit of a run. Goldie would be interesting. We'll see if she does pull the upset. I don't think she's knows Toaster. Maybe knows Lamas a little bit in terms of a league member, right? Valued league member. Does all the great stuff in terms of thumbnails and whatnot. But it would be an interesting match regardless. Both those guys will square off at 2 o'clock Eastern Time. The classic Toaster, the classic Lamas style, usually afternoon type of boys. That'll be on day 4 of the round, though. This is day 1. Still 3 more days to go before we get to the end of the round. And then the one last game with good old good old background pack. Just waiting for Christian Tago here. You might have been busy. So we continue to wait. Brock, I'll go to you here, man. Your thoughts on the season so far as we wait. You know, what's been some things in this tournament and some of these players' seasons that have had 0 wins to get the first or second wins on the year? What's been going on? As we got my bad. Okay. 8, crazy 8s.
Well, it's definitely been a lot of ups and downs.
Appreciate it.
To say the least.
It has been a lot of ups and downs. No one's really been able to break away from 5th on back. We've had a little bit of a breakaway with the top 4. Yepez, myself, G, and Nick, of course, already in the Super League. But from 5th on back, it's been... You're good, buddy. It's been a parody show. It's been a lot of stuff has gone either sideways and hell and back. That's how it's been. But we'll start it off with the yellows here into Brock. All yellows start. No more Rogers. Into Brock now. What will Goldie do? Is there a switch coming? No. Here comes Myth. Any more yellow? He would play it now. Let's see. KT Classic, Blue Wild. Goldie runs it clean. Myth, Blue 4. Blue 9, power play still available. Here he comes. That's game, and that's Myth for you, buddies. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Myth. Yeah. Welcome to Myth. I mean, that's how he plays. Myth, we've seen this movie a time or two. That's what you need, man. That's exactly what you want. You got the power play advantage. Talk to me about that hand right there, what you have in the sense that, right? Forget the hand. Just talk to me about just that mindset, getting the win and the classic mid style. I don't really have much to say.
Yeah, I saw 2 colors, a wild and a wild +4, and I was like, if I'm able to run through, then I feel like I got the series. I think I was able to play the cards when needed.
Right.
I just have one more game, and I can pull it out.
Right, and that's just how it. You're right. It's crazy as it sounds. It's if you don't have the colors, it goes to plan. It tells you. I mean, he only had a 2-color hand, right? It just shows you no red, no green, 2-color hand, and sometimes when you can get it on that low number, right, with 8 cards, you can just run it down. That's the best time to have a 2-color hand. 8 cards, 7 cards, 6 cards, because there's less options, and you don't think of a finish like that in 30 seconds. And you just gotta love the grind of that lower stuff or that mid tier. So I don't have a question for you, Gold. It's just one of those games. It really is. It's just how Myth plays it. It is what it is, really. He's always gonna be a 5 to 8 for sure kind of player. All right. Well, it'll be Gold. Yeah, for sure. It'll be your call. Got the 7-11. Still nothing to go. Where are we gonna go? We're gonna send it. Well, now this is where Myth. We'll see. He's seen this from the other players. He doesn't really do it himself, but he's seen it from the other players here. This could be our big shot. 1 full send. It'll be the only full send of the night for Goldie, at least. Probably the only full send of the game, for sure. Because you know, Myth, if we go to a game 7, no way we're going up that high. We'll go for the fade. Brock, your thoughts on the full send right here and how Goldie will go is now Myth will have to try to adapt to this full send as we keep it rolling.
Yeah, Goldie's, trying to stall off Myth as much as possible, and trying to strategize and play the power cards, right.
Back to yellow off the starter card, which was the Grim. We'll see where the power cards lie. Power play is still in the back pocket. Yellow 2. What's it going to be for Myth? 0 sugar. Here comes Goldie now. Dittos with the yellow do and the bow tie. Last car was a yellow 2. We'll keep it going. A lot of yellow here into the yellow 6. Just like that, bro. We talked about the full send. Well, we're halfway done with the full send after these turns right here. Just shows you how quick things are going. There it is. Myth now will have to adjust to a new color in red. Triple play from Goldie. Plays it cool. And nothing from Goldie. Here comes Myth. In the blue this time. 7's up on the scoreboard. Goldie with a double. Myth now looking for a little bit more momentum on the blue. Power play in the back pocket. What does he got? Plays it cool. Here comes Goldie. Nothing from Goldie on the draw. Myth now 6 on 6. What does he got here on the blue? Made the break. Double play. Could be running low, though. Could be running low. Goldie decides to go to green. Does this give Myth a little bit of life? Power play. This might be it. That might be it. Goldie went to the green. Here comes Myth. Oh, my goodness. A +4 into the green 5. He uses the power play to perfection, and it's a double 5. I just got a bad beat. That's a bad beat. And it's Myth moving on off the bye island. What bye, says Myth. He gets it done. 4-2 on the scoreboard. Myth, 15 cards. I know it's not your cup of tea, but in this case, it was a good start. Talk to me through that game and how you were able to save the +4 to get your 6th win on the season.
I saw the cards I had. I was like, okay, that +4 is better off for the end. And once I was on the blue, I was like able to run it through, and I was like, okay, I can power play the finish if everything goes right, and everything went right.
Right, you kind of just use what you needed to do, play that clean finish, and go from there. Your thoughts, man, on playing either Myth or Toasty? You've seen both those guys, obviously, or Myth or Toasty. Lamas or Toasty. Obviously, Lamas would be an in-state battle, and Toasty would be an absolute crikey show. Talk to me through it.
All right. I think I played llamas back in like the 2023 days.
Long time ago, yeah.
Long time ago. You'll see a different form. So that'll be a match and an in-state match as well. At Toasty, I think he does orcs. So it'll be an orc player battle. I'll see how that goes.
Yeah, Toast he is from that community. I've known him for now 5 years. Goldie, aggression, right? It's crazy because Myth wasn't really aggressive earlier, and then, it was a little more aggressive for sure, but could have been a little bit cleaner. We'll see how it goes in your next tour. But what did you learn after the sweep of Drip and in this game against Myth as you look to make a statement here in T4 with your 2nd win on the season at least racked up? Brock, it's a big point now for Myth. He's with so much and crazy parity in the league. The thing is, it didn't make sense with what. Okay, so it would have just left you to a dead end, I guess. I got you. Would have left you. I think I need to do better balance. What's playing? Okay, so just a little bit of that balancing act, trying to find a little bit of that extra edge to get you ahead. I got you. And listen, it takes time. You're just a rookie. It takes time, especially in a league like this. You'll get out of there, I'm sure, at some point. But, Brock, back to you. It's an interesting point that Myth brought up here because you look at this round so far and you look at the way it has been going. There has been an upper echelon flow, and I think it really comes down to if you're Myth, play this quick style, right? But it has to work in terms of the 2-color. Where do you think he can improve on his game when we get to those upper 2 starts? Because Toaster guy, he'll sometimes do a 5. Cody's all over the place. But your thoughts on that match, whoever he gets moving forward?
Well, I mean, judging by how he performed in this round, I imagine he wouldn't really do anything different.
Right.
For his next opponent, whoever that may be, but we'll just see what happens.
Appreciate that honest assessment, Brock. And we're going to go over to the final pods of the night before I sign off. It'll be Myth moving on. He'll get Toaster or Lamas, as I said. Looking forward to seeing what will happen there with those two. And then, of course, we have a big one on the schedule coming up. We have Brad Yepes, the last game of the night. We got G Sanford going to start really shortly, but it's going to be Brad Yepes, the last stream game with Short, the 1 versus 9, 10 p.m. classic. It should be a good one. It has been a long day for the boss. It's good to kind of exit here stage right. Crazy day. We have a couple more games tomorrow. We have 4 more games tomorrow. Let me tell you, it's going to be a crazy game day tomorrow. Only Ghost and Sapir will be the last game of the night on stream. The rest will be non-streams. We'll start the non-stream window with G Sanford, and we have 3 more tomorrow. And then we've got one end around, and I believe Yoshi Acosta for sure coming up on Thursday. For myself and WB, I want to thank him coming out subbing in after Austin Riders couldn't be here tonight after some strep throat. Appreciate him taking the super sub role. For Goldie and Myth, it's been a pleasure. Congratulations once again to Myth for the win. He'll move on as Goldie will now reload in T4. Good night for me. We'll see you shortly for your peasant Brad with Short for some After Dark Uno. Have a good one. This has been a presentation of MRE Division 1.